All right, Larry, thank you. It is indeed time for a Draft Champions matchup and what is set to be a great Draft Champions matchup. In the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis, and these guys should have a huge impact on the outcome of this game. They're ready to roll. We're ready to roll. Let's roll. It's an old-school battle in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. The Eagles and the Steelers are underway. This is taken at his 4. Now Taylor on first down. And he's got Decker left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
The first carry now for Ricky Williams. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down. Here's the option. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line of the red zone. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit. So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Again, it's Johnson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Well, after getting the ball in prime position to score after a fumble recovery, you think you're in a great spot. But the defense on the field is saying not so fast, and they've held firm on the first 2 plays.
They'll run it with Johnson into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Time running out here on the play clock. On second down, Johnson. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. David Johnson taking it in. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
Again, it's Williams. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st.
On 3rd and short, the defense did a really nice job of telling the quarterback, we're not going to give you the short routes and throw it to the sticks. You're going to have to beat.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Howie Long in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. They go back to the ground with Williams. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. One receiver to the left is Evans. Taylor will throw. And this is incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Eagles defense able to hold. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. On 2nd down, Rivers again. He's got time in the pocket. Going deep now for Decker. Eric Decker, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Doug Pederson keeping the offense on the field. They're going on 4th down. Rivers to throw for it on 4th. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes. Here's the field. Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's third down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
That was a big conversion there on third down, and I remember playing, and all the time on the sidelines, you hear a coach calling for the punt team to get ready on third down because you can't call for it on fourth down. It's too late getting on the field. So a lot of times you're lining up, and the offense can see you lining up. Occasionally it serves as motivation for them. I'm not letting these guys back out here. I want to keep the ball in offense, and that's exactly what they did.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They go to Johnson again. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They go play action here on first down. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
We'll give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Howie Long in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. On 2nd down, Taylor. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Quentin Demps. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Play action now. Rivers under a heavy rush, and down he goes. DeAndre Levy Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. 3rd and long for Rivers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And some extras coming up on the line here, ready for the blitz. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And they're going to speed things up here. 3rd and long, it's Taylor. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Here's Johnson, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. David Johnson as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half. This
will be taken about the 12. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets them 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 2nd down, here's Taylor. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line. Rivers now to throw on first down. Surveying the field. To Decker over the middle. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And that's one of his advantages of a passer is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Screen play, Johnson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? Ultimately, they dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now Rivers. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Play clock winding down. Rivers now can't find anyone open. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 13 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Offense walks to the line for play number the drive. 3rd and short yardage, Rivers. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. Maybe an anxious moment or two when the ball was on its way, but he does find a way to curl it in.
Oh, yeah. That one definitely hugged the left upright, but he got it to go.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. Taylor now to throw on third down. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And some room to work. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.